I'm Janet, on occasion, and today we're playing another Total War Warhammer Battle Replay. So this is the second game I had against the Gobbo King, so if you haven't checked out the first one, go check it out. And also go check out his channel, he's a good guy. So this was literally just him helping me test out a Bretonia build against the dwarves, because this is a good build I came across for fighting dwarves, and I wanted to try it out. And yeah, and he was willing to do that, so really cool. So you know, this isn't like a competition or anything. It's just seeing how well this build will do. And yeah, the battles were good though. So here they are. So as you can see, same build as yesterday. So questing knights, so 2 on each side, and also 6 units of foot squires, 2 paladins, and the Enchantress. So very simple, all armor piercing. And healing. So yeah, pretty good. So over here, oof, yep, Gobblobber's already firing. So you can see this time he brought artillery. So he's got the Gobblobber, so that's really going to do a lot to, damage my foot squires while they approach. Even though they're in very thin lines, I did that intentionally, just in case, he did bring artillery. And also, one mistake I made in this battle is when I glanced over here, I thought these were Slayers. They were not Slayers, they were Dwarf Warriors. So I could have probably just hit them with the, hit them with my cavalry and dealt with this Gobblobber nice and early, but I didn't, because I was scared to charge it, because I thought they were Slayers. So, whoops. My bad. But anyway, also he's got 2 units of Gyrocops with brimstone guns. Obviously I have no flying units or ranged units, so these guys can do whatever the hell they like. So, very impressive. Also, sort of out in front, he's got the 2 runesmiths, so doing kind of what I did last time. I played as the dwarves, send them out ahead of everyone, get some runes in, you can just run them back. So it means you get more runes out, basically. So it's pretty handy. Also, bit of a mixture, again, classic sort of Gobbo King by the looks of it. So he's got Norgrimling's Ironbreakers on one side, he's got Dwarf Warriors, Miners with Blasting Charges, Dwarf Warriors, Miners with Blasting Charges, he's got Rangers of Great Weapons, Ulthar's Raiders, which are, the Rangers of Great Weapons Regiment of Renown, and he's also got some Longbeards, a couple of units in the back, and they're led by Thorgrim Grudgebearer. So, pretty formidable, So let's speed things up. So, in case I sound a bit gruff, by the way, I've got a bit of a sore throat today, so sorry about that. Hopefully it's, no biggie, and hopefully I sound fine. But I thought I'd give you the heads up, in case it sounds like I'm, I'm dying or something. No need to worry, just a sore throat. So, as you can see, foot squires taking a lot of damage from the Gobblobber, and, huge morale penalties, which is ridiculous. So yeah, look at that, damage sustained -10, damage by artillery -10, and -16 because it's the Gobblobber, which is just crazy debuff. Awful. Oh. Anyway, so as you can see, he's gone straight for my cavalry with his Gyrocops brimstone guns. They got anti-large, and he can just chase them as long as he wants. So as you can see, these guys are taking some pretty big damage already. And yeah, the Gobblobber's pretty accurate. So oh, and the Rune of Wrath and Ruin comes down, as you'd expect. So my cavalry already taking quite a lot of hurt. So I do some of the damage to the Miners with Blasting Charges, and I go straight for the Ranger Great Weapons. I want to shut them down, really. But he's got people everywhere. He's in a great position to surround me, and if I get surrounded, and he's still got these guys online, he's going to do a lot of damage to my cavalry. So here, finally getting my front line in. I feel like it's taken so long. And yeah, I've got a unit here that I need to bring in. He doesn't attack anything. I think it's because in front of him was probably going to be the Gyrocops with brimstone guns, so he just stopped, and I didn't notice that for a while, and I really could have used with getting them in here, so that's a shame. And you can see my front line is getting absolutely just knackered. Luckily though, I did charge the Norgrimling's Ironbreakers in the back with cavalry as I approached, so he didn't get blasting charges out onto my foot squires, although now they're doing it, despite being a melee, which is very annoying. So, questing knights, for some reason, in a massive blob of people, which is ridiculous. Don't know why they were doing that. Anyway, so I got my my 2 paladins and the Enchantress all in the middle. So, I'm going to break these miners pretty quickly, hopefully. But, they've broken my foot squires, and that's a better win for him, isn't it? So, luckily these Dwarf Warriors, they're not going to be able to handle this for too long. So, charging my questing knights again, trying to hit these Longbeards, and, I want to get into here, really. And yeah, it's just looking awful around here, isn't it? So these questing knights got caught and blown to pieces. That was just bad. And now they've got the Ranger Great Weapons throwing, their axes in. These guys are getting torn apart. So I'm doing a little bit better on this side, I think. So, Dwarf Warriors are broken there. These Dwarf Warriors are broken now. So, actually, no, they're not broken just yet. And these guys start to take a lot of damage. I think the Goblin is firing at this bunch at the moment. So now I've got Foot Squires, I'm going to try and get them on Thorgrim. Unfortunately, one of my Paladins getting tapped by Thorgrim, and he's not going to win that fight. And so more Runes of Wrath and Ruin coming down on my Cavalry. I mean, that's the best target for him, really. And, you know, because they've got a lot of punch, and it gives a lot of utility. You know, he can just harass my Foot Squires all day, if he wants to. He can just keep, you know, moving around and creating surrounds, because he does have bigger numbers than I do, especially now that I'm losing so many vital units. So now, finally bring in these Foot Squires. So stupid I didn't bring them in earlier. There, massive, just awful spell. Really dumb that I put it there. Yeah, I don't have the best of luck with that Chalice attack in this battle, actually. You'll see later on I just misclicked completely. I meant to do it like over here, and I put it here. Just at nothing. You'll see, it's just embarrassing. So here, you know, get another load of Foot Squires in, but I mean, look at all this stuff. I'm just surrounded. So, yeah, with the Goblobber firing into them, these guys are going to whittle down very quickly. Because the Goblobber doesn't actually have a huge amount of kills at the moment, 61, which isn't the worst, but, you know, it's doing so much, like, leadership damage to my guys. I'm constantly having guys run away because of it. So he's coming back with his minus blasting charges. You can see one of my Paladins, he's shattered. He lost against Thorgrim quite badly. For some reason, these guys are standing still. I need to bring them back in. So here, annoyingly, I did have a Paladin on his Runesmith for quite some time. Oh, I'm getting a regrowth on my Questing Knights. Finally, something to try and help them out. Those units, only 4 left, it's pretty bad. Foot Squires, they're starting to break, but I've got another unit of Foot Squires trying to take out the Iron Breakers. But my god, these guys don't want to die. So, so annoying. These, the Longbeards he intercepted while I was, you know, beating up his Runesmith, and his Runesmith got out. And the Questing Knights, they don't actually do as well as the Foot Squires surrounding him, you know. So, a bit of a pity. Yeah, there goes some Foot Squires. So over on this side, you know, the big healthy unit of Foot Squires I sent in, they've got torn apart very quickly. So that's not good. And now the Foot Squires here, they're getting goblobbed, and yeah, they're going to break in no time. So I did actually use yeah, Favour of the Lady on them, try and give them more melee attack so they could hurt Thorgrim more, but they're just not getting the chance to. So that's really sad. And Rune of Wrath and Ruin goes down on them, and they rout, as you'd expect. And now, you know, my units are fleeing, but he's just chasing me off with his gyrocopters. But, you know, almost out of ammo, so that's something. But I'm terrified of them coming into melee, because they are such a nuisance in melee. And since my paladins are all on foot, well, I've lost one already, but my other paladin's on foot, so if he charges him, he can just bop him out of combat, you know? So, yeah, a lot of utility those gyrocopters bring. So here you can see I've broken this Runesmith, so that's fantastic. And now he's dead! Finally! Something useful. So here, charge into the, you know, more Grimling's Ironbreakers again. I get Earth Blood down on these guys, try and keep them in the fight a bit longer. Because you can see, you know, they're nowhere near their healing cap. So, but the Goblob is firing into them because it's the only blob left. So that's not good. So try and get my Questing Knights out of there. But I mean, look at this blob of units. I've still got so much to deal with. And you know, he's still got stuff in reserve. He doesn't commit everything. He never does. And here's that misclick I was telling you about. So this is just terrible. I mean, look at this. I mean, nice juicy blob of units here, and I use a spell here. Just awful. If I'd used it over here, he would have probably run away, and I would have got a nice rear charge of the Questing Knights. You know, it just would have been really useful. But apparently not. So, Grimling's Ironbreakers, they're all dead, finally. So I get some Foot Squires and another 4 Questing Knights to come and help. Annoyingly, though, these Questing Knights getting torn apart. You know, last of the Brimstone Gunfire. Pretty scary. So here, you know, I'm getting through these Rangers. He's still got a Runesmith, he's keeping protected. Thorgrim's very damaged, but he's got so much stuff to throw at me to keep me out of the way. And these Questing Knights have almost had it. So that's pretty sad. So I've got a couple more units of Foot Squires over there that I can bring back in, but they are so far away. Because, you know, he chased them off for a long time with the Brimstone guns. So, pretty scary. So, really, ideally, you know, in order to actually get a win out of this, I need to kill Thorgrim. But he's not going to let me anywhere near him. So, it's going to be really tough. So, yeah, still with these Brimstone guns. Yeah, trying to get a rear charge, I guess, on these Foot Squires. But here, this is a bit of a boon. So, sorry, Foot Squires, but you're about to die anyway. So, I may as well take out some guys with you. So here I get a Dwellers Below, and you know, it doesn't do a huge amount of damage to Thorgrim, but you know, against these big model count units, look, they're just all dead. Oh no, two Ulthar's Rangers survived. But yeah, they're probably not going to stay in there for too long. So yeah, I'm starting to do some serious damage, but of course he's got the Dwarf Warriors and the Goblobber crew, and some Miners, and some more Rangers, and some more Dwarf. He's just got so many bodies to throw at me still. So it's not good. So come on, guys, keep going, please, come on. So it's just awful. It's just awful. So yeah, you know, I'm finally getting rid of these Ulthar's Raiders and the Dwarf Warriors, but so many Dwarf Warriors. At least it's not Longbeards, but still, so many Dwarf Warriors to get through, and I need to get Thorgrim. So you can see I'm attacking him, but I mean, is it going to do anything? So send in some questing knights, they get torn to pieces. Yeah, I mean, this is just going horribly at the moment. So you can see, you know, with the right dwarf build, you can handle just, you know, this huge armor-piercing force. Because yeah, I just didn't have any ranged, so I couldn't keep these guys away from me. And yeah, I didn't have any artillery either. Like there's a lot of holes in this. But most dwarf armies just, you know, they won't bring stuff like this against Bretonnia because the likelihood of Bretonnia bringing flying units is too big a risk. So here, challenge attack, but he steps out of the way. Very well played. I needed that to hit so badly. So yeah, he's really on top of his micro in this one. So very scary. So again here, like I'm trying to get to Thorgrim. It looks like I'm actually going to get him on with the Paladin, but you'll see he'll just send units straight through, and I'm just not getting the hits on him. So I use yeah, Favour of the Fae. So plus 58 melee attacks. I should be hitting all these, but somehow I'm not. Probably because he used Stand Your Ground, so he's got plus 36 melee defense. And with his huge melee defense anyway, his melee defense is on 96. So, and his is on, 103, so it's still pretty even. But yeah, huge. If he hadn't put that buff on, I probably would have killed him, because how much health he got left? 600. So yeah, 2 more hits and he would have gone down. So yeah, brilliant use of Stand Your Ground there. It saved his life. So absolutely awesome. Always good to have things like that in reserve for when you need them. You know, there's always going to be an opportune moment to use it. And that's when I finally catch Thorgrim, and he did. And yeah, that's probably my only hope gone now. So pretty impressive. So you can see, you know, hanging on by a thread. I'm out of Winter Magic, by the way. I've got no Winter Magic. Basically, the last of it went to using that Dwellers Below, because I thought that might be able to just shut things down enough for me to get to Thorgrim, but it didn't. It didn't give me enough. So and now he's going with the Gyrocopters, and you know, these guys are on foot. You know, the Fey Enchantress and the Paladin, they're on foot. So you attack him with a a Gyrocopter, they're just going to get knocked out. So look, you know, he can't attack while that's happening, and they really hate this. So yeah, they're not going to last. But yeah, really impressive though. Thorgrim just would not die. It was a real shame. And obviously, you know, the Goblobber I should have taken out earlier, but you know, I thought it was Slayers for some reason. I assume that's the sort of thing I'd do. So I assumed it was Slayers, and that was done. So, you know, I should have just got my cavalry to shut that down. Because, you know, he was defending in a big line here, but I could have sent my questing knights just through the trees and into him from the other side. You know, one in the back of Norgrimling's Ironbreakers and one just straight round. And yeah, I could have shut down that artillery nice and early, and it could have kept my foot squires in the fight a lot longer. And, you know, I could have whittled down more of these units. So, you know, I made some mistakes, definitely. But still, like, it's a great, both of these are really, you know, good builds. But yeah, the Gobbo King, knowing what I had, apparently this is his usual dwarf build, actually. But it's very formidable. So I absolutely love it. But yeah, those brimstone guns, I just had no answer for them whatsoever. I mean, the only thing I could really do is try and kill everything else on the battlefield so they'd run away. So that's a bit upsetting, because, you know, look how much cavalry they killed. Basically all of them. So that's really scary. And, you know, Goblobber, not a huge amount of kills. You know, I've seen Goblobber do a lot better, but, you know, I was in very thin lines. I was making it difficult for him to, you know, get the most damage out of it. But just hitting me at all just hit those, you know, it hit my leadership so heavily. And, you know, so I had guys running away constantly. I just didn't have, like, a solid front line like you'd want, you know, in this kind of fight. So, really sad. Yeah. But, you know, it was a great battle. Also, yeah, look, Ulthar's Raiders and the Rangers, they did great. They killed a load of cavalry and a load of foot squires. Norgrimling's Ironbreakers, there we go. They did fantastic. You know, they held me at bay, you know, on one end for ages. I mean, you know, I had to keep throwing questing knights into the back of it, and it got through 2 units of foot squires. So, yeah, these guys are not pushovers. So, you know, they kept that entire flank secure while he, you know, did massive damage on the other side. And, you know, he didn't have to bother microing them, he just had them there. And that was it. You know, he didn't need to do anything extra. They'll just sit there and fight to the last man. So, you know, pretty scary. And then, you know, he had all these other cheaper units just to throw, you know, into holes to, you know, slow me down so his runesmiths could get off, you know, as many runes as possible. Just so many delaying strategies. So yeah, absolutely fantastic. So yeah, it's an absolute pleasure to play. You know, at this point, you know, sure, valiant defeat. I don't even care. That was great. I really enjoyed it. So yeah. So guys, go check out Gobbo King's channel, and I don't think he's put these up because, you know, like I say, this is just us trying to test out a build. So you know, but I thought I'd put him up anyway. There is actually a match that we did. He immediately was just like, oh, we're recording now. I had no idea what was going on. So I do actually feature in a sort of a live cast that he did on his channel, where it's the Gobbo King special. So basically, yeah, we both had massive goblin armies, and we did 2v2. So it's good fun. So you should go check that out. You'll notice I'm very much on the spot. I don't know what's going on, but yeah, it's good fun. So yeah, go check that out and say hi. And yeah, tell him I sent you. So guys, I guess if you enjoyed this video, please do comment, like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a good day, guys.